Hi, welcome to this week's edition of Inside the Capitol. I'm Maggee Hangge.
I'm Jason Adkins, and we are excited to give you an update about what's going on this week.
Yeah, it's another big week here at the Capitol. Some big things going on. Jason, why don't you tell us about what's happening in the education space?
Yes, so school safety discussions have been dominating. And what's interesting is that this is the last week of committee hearings. Right. So a discussion that started and really focused this session around how do we respond to the Annunciation school shooting and the various proposals surrounding that have been really something that has shaped and framed a lot of the discussion the whole session. In the House Education Finance Committee, the competing proposals from Republicans and Democrats came forward this week to protect kids and promote school safety. Right. There was not alignment, and so each of those proposals failed on party line votes. And so it will remain to be seen what we do about school safety if a deal can be reached among legislators, and they don't have to reach a deal this year to do so. Now, a lot of the proposals that have been put forward this year being justified in the name of responding to the Annunciation tragedy don't actually protect and provide benefits for the kids at Annunciation school or Catholic schools or many schools that might be targeted, and including some of the proposals this week. So we are advocating for an increase to the school safety levy program for all students in public schools with the addition of tribal, charter, and non-public school. Every school and every kid in every school should be protected, and we do so on a per pupil basis as a matter of equity and as a matter of public safety. This shouldn't be about how we allocate competing priorities in education finance dollars. It's a basic matter of public safety. Just as we don't have a Catholic fire department or Catholic police officers that we need to call, we should just make a priority of protecting all kids, allocating dedicated funding. Most proposals that we're seeing don't have those. The proposal on Tuesday from the House Republicans and Ed Finance did have that, and there is a proposal on the Senate side that provides a grant program, but it's just a little over $1 million in one-time funding, really just a fig leaf to look like it's doing something. So definitely not sufficient, but we think for something to get done, we're going to have to be pulling on a lot of policy levers. There's going to have to be a global deal, which is why from the beginning of this session, we said protect all kids package with the things that we know can prevent more gun violence deaths, such as the high-capacity magazine ban, which is the true evidentiary-based gun safety proposal that's on the table right now. The online stop the online harms of social media addiction, the Shazam bill that Maggie's been working so hard on, which continues to gain momentum. And this piece about school safety. So I encourage everyone to go to our action alert. The time is now. As legislators work for the next month to strike out and hammer out deals on these things, we need to put momentum behind all these proposals so that hopefully people can compromise, come to the middle a little bit, and get a win for public safety and get a win for the people of Minnesota this session.
Right, absolutely, yeah. So please take action. The time is now, like Jason said, to propel these bills to keep moving forward and keep in discussion here at the Capitol.
Speaking of omnibus bills, we did weigh in on another important omnibus bill this week, the Commerce Policy Bill.
Right, so at the end of session, what often happens is there's lots of bills heard throughout session. They package them into one big vehicle bill or omnibus bill that they then try to move through and pass as a package rather than just passing a bunch of little bills off of the floor. So in the Commerce Omnibus Bill, they had 3 provisions that we've been supporting this session. One of them is a prohibition on the use of AI chatbots for children in social context. So there's really no reason why for recreational use a child needs to use an AI chatbot that is addictive and harmful. We've testified on that now for the second time, agreeing with that bill. So that got in, which we're really excited about and hope to see that go to the finish line. And then there were 2 other pieces related to healthcare and gambling that we supported as well.
Yeah, that AI chatbot piece is really important because, recreational use by minors of AI chatbots, again, disconnecting them from real relationships and real conversations, chatbots that only mimic human intimacy and human relationships. At the same time, we've heard horror stories about what AI chatbots have been telling young people to do through that algorithm, and kids harming themselves. And parents, again, should be in charge of their children's social media experience, their online experience, and we need to help parents. It's things like this AI chatbot ban bill, the Shazam, the Stop Harms of Addictive Social Media bill go a long way. Speaking of artificial intelligence and regulating that, healthcare by algorithm is also wrong. So in cases where utility review organizations that do medical necessity review. When they're evaluating patients, they should not be using algorithms or artificial intelligence to make adverse determinations in healthcare decision making, absent a healthcare practitioner reviewing those results and that data. So this is really, really important that we put guardrails and safeguards behind the use of artificial intelligence. Really, really important. And then the third piece of that provision, of course, is ongoing discussion about banning online sweepstakes casinos, which is a multi-billion-dollar way of, again, putting a casino essentially in everyone's pocket through their cell phone. They do so through a dual currency model, which doesn't always, sometimes you can play those for free, but what it does is habituate you to using online casinos and gaming, and then moving into the compensation pay-for-play space, which we think is harmful, addictive. We have enough gambling in Minnesota. We should keep it off of people's phones. This is really something harmful. And then a lot of people on both sides of the sports betting decision are in favor of stopping this. So really some important questions that we're weighing in on this week. We also heard a great report about school choice and the benefits of school choice when states such as Florida scale up their school choice program. Contrary to popular belief, or what people might think intuitively, public school performance actually increases by inserting a competitive dynamic in schools and how they compete for dollars for students. We see improved public school performance. So school choice helps the students it serves, but it also helps the students in public schools as well. So really a big week, but important to note that hearings, the official timeline for hearings is over. We head into the negotiation stage of this session, and if there are hearings on bills, it'll be special circumstances, maybe some omnibus bills or things like that. So that's what's important. We keep everything in prayer, and we've got adoration coming up on May 1st. We'll have 4 bishops here at the Capitol. We hope you will join us for that. We're going to keep all these things in prayer that legislators might work for the common good, even in an election year when they don't want to give wins to the other side. Sometimes we need to put elections to the side and do the right thing for the people of Minnesota.
Exactly, yeah. So take action on our website. Keep all these issues in the mix over here at the Capitol. Help us do that, and come pray with us on May 1st.
Thanks for joining us this week, and we'll be back with you next week for another update on these key questions. But again, go to our website, mncatholic.org. Make sure you're joining the Catholic Advocacy Network so your voice can make a difference at the Capitol. Thanks so much.
Thank you.